What you don't want to do is you get in one of those and you're up, and then you decide you're going to let off the gas and let's get the starters out, and then they mount a comeback, because it can happen. It can happen. Yeah, the odds are low, but man, you got to be careful. You sure as hell don't want to be up like that and end up getting in a dogfight at the end and something bad happens. That's one. Two is you want to make sure that you end on a good note. You're playing good, efficient football. The guys feel good about it. You're in a rhythm. I think it bleeds into the next week, and I think that's important. So we did that. And then the right time is to pull them out there. If you're able to pull them out in the early fourth, great. And we were able to do that. But if you're asking me to pull somebody out in the third quarter, or you're asking me to pull somebody out right before the second quarter, before Anzalone gets hurt, I'm never going to do that, ever.
There was a moment in the third quarter where it hit 42-6, and that's when I thought they need to get Jared Goff off the field. I saw him take a fairly big hit. It's like these Jaguars are not scoring 36 points over the rest of this game. Now, finally, after it was 49-6, that's when he pulled them out. But that is the concern. That's the balance. If you don't do it soon enough, you're going to end up getting somebody injured who's going to be gone for the year, and it's going to make it harder for you to compete with the best teams when it's time to get down to single elimination.
Yeah, it is a balance, and you want to protect your good players, number one. You want to get the other guys a chance to play and some experience when you can. But I think, Mike, Dan Campbell was trying to send a message to his team. We saw them the week before. Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions, and they weren't playing Lions football. They came back and won it, as he said. But I think he wanted to say, hey, we're a good offensive team. We're dynamite. We're back in rhythm. And so I think he left those guys in there so they could get a feel that, hey, we are good. This is how we play when we're rolling.
And you're right. I hadn't really thought about it, because you see 9-1, you think of the games where they like the Cowboys game, the Jaguars game. They've had a lot of games where it comes easy, but they've also had some tough, hard-fought games, and they will have more. And the more they become cemented in everyone's mind as the team to beat, that just gives every opponent all the more reason to try to beat them. And I've been following the NFL for 50 years. The Lions have never been the team to beat, ever. There was that period of time in the 90s with Barry Sanders, 95, the year they had Scott Mitchell. Yeah. They had this really supercharged offense, and they made it to the playoffs multiple times throughout the decade that they had Barry Sanders. But that's the closest they've ever come to being, a team that you say, watch out for the Lions. 91, the year that third year of Barry Sanders' career, they made it to the NFC Championship. That's the last time before last year they were in the NFC Championship. And before that, I mean,
1958,
from the Vikings division.
1958. I was 2 years old.
Yeah, when I was growing up and I first locked on to the Vikings in the early 70s, there's always been in that division one, and often more than one, team that is just horrible. Between the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions, that's kind of the way it always was. And the Packers were in that category until Brett Favre. Really, it started with Don Majkowski in '89, and they've been contenders ever since. The Bears just have flashes. And for the Lions, it was that period of the 90s, and then all the stuff that happened 20 years ago, the Matt Millen stuff, and now they're better than they've ever been in my lifetime, really in anyone's lifetime. 9-1, first time since 1934, 9-1, and biggest win in franchise history against the Jaguars. It's unbelievable to see it happen.
No, it's been fun. As a Lions fan, been fun to watch. Now they've got to finish it off.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.